Hi, this is Peter.
Hi, this is Sandra.
And we are medievalist.net.
And today we're doing another fantastic episode of Full Metal Jousting.
Yeah, this is episode 4, and things keep getting a little more interesting and heated up and a little bloodier.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a reality TV show drama today with a couple of the jousters sort of getting into fisticuffs in the kitchen. It was John and David. John seems to be a bit mouthy and didn't go over well. The red team doesn't seem very cohesive. They don't seem to really like each other all that much. And the black team seems way more, the camaraderie on that team is much tighter, and they don't fight amongst each other, and they're very supportive. I think the red team's kind of fragmented.
You know what? There's like this kind of a show is a lot of young men, a lot of testosterone. So, and you know what? You're gonna kind of see that kind of, interesting interactions between like the various guys, and like it's not to be, and I think the producers kind of want that, kind of a bit of tension between people, because they're going to wind up fighting each other in the end too. So there's only going to be one winner. So you have to create that dynamic. So
they also upped the ante. Shane made an announcement today stating that 2 of the gentlemen jousters who won't be participating in the final joust will get to vie for an extra $25,000. So that makes people who thought about, like, why am I here sitting on the sidelines? This sucks. It keeps them in the game, keeps them from wanting to go home. What do you think about that? Upping the ante?
Well, I think they had to have a good reason for people to stay on this show. Like, people, like, you can see people are, talking about quitting and things like that. And yeah, I think you really need to, like, otherwise the show would dwindle down just to, like, by the end it would be just the 2 guys that they're going to focus on. And that might be a good thing, might not be a bad thing to see, like, the others kind of still in competition, because I think there'll be fan favorites that develop on this show. So. And
today, initially, the matchup we had James versus Matt. So James for the red team on Superman. And the name of the horse, like, I'm already sort of having, like, I don't know about you, but, like, I'm bonding with the horses. Like, I'm like, yeah, Praetorian, yeah.
Better than some of the riders, so.
Exactly. The horses are cooler. And this horse is, like, massive, and it's called Superman. Like, that is the coolest name ever for a horse. So, James on Superman, Matt on Crispin, the tried and true horse. And basically, it was kind of an interesting reversal today with Matt complaining and having an epic, Matt from the black team having a horrible time with his armor pinching him and just doing really craptacular during the practice. But then when the joust came, Matt killed James.
Yeah,
it was like 21-4.
They 21 to -4.
-4, sorry.
They I think that the whole match was really a reflection of one guy really not able to work with his horse, and you can kind of see, like, as you can see on the replays a little more clearly, his horse was drifting off to the side. At one point it kind of stopped. He got left open for a clean hit. And it was really kind of interesting. Like, it's like one guy, and you could even showing the clips where the horse was juddering around. The guy was having trouble controlling him, and it really, like, the red team just wasn't able to do anything, and he just wound up getting crushed. So.
Well, sorry, I should insert the fact that, sorry, it wasn't James at the end. James was on Praetorian, which was the horse that was causing a lot of the problems. But, sorry, not James. James got knocked off and sent to the hospital, and you saw him get some really nasty stitches and a concussion, and he was out for 7 days, so his replacement was John. I'm getting all confused with these J names. Joe, John, James. Sorry.
There's still a lot of guys in this show. So
a name that doesn't start with a J, please, next time. Anyways. So sorry. So James gets knocked out for the red team, and it's John that ends up having to swap horses at the end because he picks a hot-headed horse, Praetorian, and you're right, he drifts everywhere, and it was really weird. This just goes to show that whatever happens during practice doesn't necessarily reflect what's going to happen on joust day, because Matt was terrible in practice and John was solid, and then you have joust day and John choked and Matt crushed him. So it just what happens in practice doesn't necessarily reflect the end game.
Like these guys are still, like I would assume, like at this point in the show, they've probably been around 2 weeks into their own training, so they're still all learning how to do this. So they, you guys see like in the first couple of episodes, the guys were barely hitting each other. In this episode, you really saw that one guy really. Although in practice he seemed he was going to be okay, when he got to a competition, he failed like in one crucial part, which was keeping control of his mount.
Right, and the other thing is with James having a concussion and getting hit pretty hard. Another thing, I was just Shane keeps saying, "Oh, it's going to be it's a rough sport. There's a lot of blood." And then you actually see it when he takes his helmet off, or his helm, and it's like covered in blood. And I said to you, "Oh my God, Peter, look at that!" Yeah. And you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Wow. No, but it just shows you how difficult and dangerous this sport can be. This is not for the this is not curling or golf.
So, far from, unless you whack people with your golf stick.
But like in this, like it is a violent sport, and there will be injuries, and I suspect that there'll be more as we go on and see these shows. So.
I was shocked because when you're actually watching the show and they hit each other, it's like, oh, cool, they hit crunch, and he fell off, and you're like, oh, okay, because other guys have fallen off, and then he's not moving, and you're like, oh, is that hard to hit? And he takes it off, and it's just like all blood. I was like, what?
Yeah. I'm glad that they were pretty very cautious and like dealing with him. Kept him out. They said we're going to keep you out like a week from this event. And I guess it keeps going like as Shane Adams. This is a profession. You have to. There's high safety standards, and I'm glad they kind of are living up to that.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm loving all the action and stuff, and I didn't need to see his head get stapled full of stitches, but I'm sure for guys like Peter, want raw and blood and stitches, and I'm sure that was just fantastic.
Yeah.
But for me, it was kind of like. But whatever.
Oh, you're a girl. So.
Yeah, exactly. But Peter enjoys all the, face full of blood, and right?
Who doesn't like a little blood?
Anyways, join us next week for another exciting, bone-crunching, heart-pounding episode of
Full Metal Jousting. Take care.
Good night.